Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back from my 2-week visit to Wisconsin. I was visiting my family and friends, and I just wanted to share with you some of the music I picked up while I was there. I picked up a lot of great music. So the first place I went was Walmart. I was only there because my parents were there and they had to get some stuff. So I decided to see if I could find some of my music there. And I got A Day to Remember's What Separates Me From You. It's their newest one, and it's not quite as, this is a band that they mix pop with, hardcore, breakdowns and stuff, and this one is more along the lines of the pop, which, I guess a lot of people didn't like, because a lot of people like them for their heavier side. But if you listen to this album for what it is, it's a pretty good album. I would definitely recommend getting it. It's a bit on the short side. It's like barely over 30 minutes long, but it's a pretty solid album, I think they put out. The next one, I was excited that they had this, was Death Cab for Cuties, Codes and Keys. If you don't know, Death Cab for Cutie is a indie rock band. They became most popular around 2005-ish when they came out with their album Plans, and that's originally when I first caught on to listening to them, and I've gotten their album since then. And this one, it's a bit different for them. It's very laid-back music. Well, they've always done laid-back music, but this even more so. But it is really good. It took about a listen or two for it to grow on me, but I do like this album, and I would suggest picking this up. The next one is Owl City's Bright and Beautiful. Now, out of any of these bands, I'm sure you've heard of this one, because Owl City has gotten a lot of airtime with their song Fireflies on the radio, and this is their second debut album. I like everything that Adam Young, who is Owl City, I like every project that he touches. He's got Owl City, Windsor Airlift, Port Blue, other ones that I'll be talking about later, and this is no exception. This is a great album. It's a little bit different than his first one. It's less synthy. It uses a bit less synths, and it's just a different sound, I think, but all in all, it's really good. I've listened to this album a lot, and I really recommend picking that one up. Next one is Rush. I got this used at the store. The next few I got from Exclusive Company, starting with this one, and it's got a lot of their singles on it. This is my first Rush album, and I do like the band, so I decided I should pick up some of their music. It's got like Limelight, Closer to the Heart, Fly By Night, which is my favorite song, Free Will. Doesn't have Tom Sawyer, which I know a lot of people like because of Guitar Hero, and that's how I first found out about them, but that's okay. Next one is Nirvana's first album, Bleach, and I got this one because they were having a buy two, get one free on their used selection, and I didn't even see this until they told us about that, so I went back through and looked through their albums and got this one. Has a very raw feel compared to their second album, Nevermind, which it sounds like more of a studio album. This sounds more of like a live album almost. It's very raw. It's got my favorite Nirvana song on it, which is Blue. It also has About a Girl, which is another good song. All in all, it's a pretty good album. Next one, out of all of these albums that I picked up, this one has got to be my favorite. It is Swimming with Dolphins, their album Watercolors. Now, Adam Young first started this band, Swimming with Dolphins, with another guy, which I can't remember his name right now. And they made an EP, and that was about 4 or 5 years ago. And now the other guy, this is his project alone. He does have another female vocalist, but this is basically Owl City, but a little bit better. Which is hard to believe because Owl City's pretty good. It's basically techno or electronica, whatever you want to call it, mixed with R&B and pop, and that makes for a really awesome combination. These are just great songs to listen to dance to relax to. I really recommend this one. You probably haven't heard of this band, but check it out. They're on Tooth and Nail Records, which is probably my favorite record company. The next one is Sky Sailing. It's called An Airplane Carried Me to Bed, which is the title of it. And this is Adam Young's project that he did before Owl City. It sounds a lot like Owl City, but it's got a little less of the synths, and it's more acoustic. And I do like this album, but I found it pretty monotonous, and it does sound a lot like early Owl City. I still recommend getting this, though, if you're a fan of Owl City or any of Adam's projects, because it is good. Yeah. The next one, I really like this one. Skylit Drive's Identity on Fire. This isn't a concept album like their last one, but I think it's just as good, if not better, musically. It's got a lot of great songs, and they did a great mix of the screaming and clean vocals, because both screaming and clean vocals, they do a very good job in this band. The clean vocals sound a bit like Rush to me, which is kind of cool considering this is a more modern band, and they still borrow from old stuff like Rush, but it is a bit different. It's more of a modern sound. If you like, post-hardcore bands, then I would really pick this up. The next two albums I got from Best Buy, the first being Norma Jean's Meridional. This is their newest one, but it's been out for about a year, and I've always been a Norma Jean fan, but I just, for some reason, have never picked this one up. It's a pretty good album through and through. It sounds a lot. They keep a lot of the sound from their last album, which was the Antimother. If you're a Norma Jean fan, or if you're a fan of metal, definitely a good album. The next one is Silverstein's Rescue. It's just called Rescue. And this one, they said that they were going to go for a sound that was a mix of they're discovering the waterfront and A Shipwreck in the Sand. To me, both of those albums sound alike, so I'm not sure what they mean by that. And this album, it sounds just like another Silverstein album, which isn't a bad thing. It's still a good album, and if you're a fan of Silverstein, you'll like this. It doesn't really have any songs that really stand out. It's just altogether a pretty good album. The last is The Chariot, and this is Before There Was, which is a 3-disc compilation. It's got their first 3 albums, and I've got their second one, but for the price, I really wanted their first and third albums, so I picked this up. The Chariot is another metal band, kind of like Norma Jean, and I'm running out of time, so you guys take care.